referring to our toils. Okay, it's in a loop. What do you want from us, Nomos? Are you friend or foe? The vid screen blinks in thought, signifying a pause in the conversation. Then one of them displays. Nomos von Valancius, we are your blood. Oh, I've got children. It's 100 hertz, lasts 1 second. Oh, a cycle is a second? Oh, that's not bad. Von means from. It means of family. Okay. Nomos are a sentinel. We awoke when the strange light invaded the ship. We protected you when you needed help. We escorted you when you were surrounded by danger. Nomos are movement. We carried you through the frightening, the waiting, the measureless. We helped when our ailing heart was refusing to awaken. You called us a hallowed spirit and asked us to guard you against your doom. The warp engine activation against all probability during our escape from the Rycad system, and the Category 3 miracle manifested by the ship's machine spirit, and the part about protecting. Was it during the cultist attack? We did everything to please you. Why? The silence on the bridge grows especially deep, almost painful. The haze of light around you thickens to the point of becoming practically tangible. Numbers ripple across all the vid screens at once. Why do you fear us now? I do not fear you. I am trying to understand you. Shivers runs up your hand, which is still trapped inside the cyber gargoyle's jaws. The servitor nods its head a few times, as if it is shaking your hand. Its teeth rake your already wounded flesh. Nomos are glad. Nomos enjoy understanding too. Muck von Luck, entities such as this one ought to be addressed using the language of sacred rituals and offerings. Your unskilled meddling bodes ill. A decision is required of you. Nomos, please shut Pascal up again. Either the complementary ritual is finished or it is replaced by a rite of tech communion. In the first scenario, the entity Nomos will be banished, and the sacred data halls where the entity dwelt will be reset. In the second scenario, we will appease the entity and learn more about it. No! Nomos do not want to be banished. Nomos want to help. Nomos want to understand. Let's start by clearing things up. Were you the one responsible for the ship's malfunctions? And what about the strange entities in the ship's log? Yes, Nomos did that. Are you angry? We only wanted to understand, to see how things worked. What else can you do? Nomos learn. Nomos try new things. Do you want to see? The cyber gargoyle slowly turns its head, dragging your hand along with it. The skull's eyes flash red. A scarlet gaze falls upon one of the monotonously chanting junior technomats. You blink and an electric discharge erupts from inside the technomat's skull. The crimson-clad figure slumps to the floor. Did you just kill my man? Does it please you? Do you want us to do it again? Muck von Luck, you are provoking the machine spirit. Stop. Nomos enjoy communication. Muck von Luck is our blood. Stop it, that's enough. Those are living people. How can you kill them like that without rhyme or reason? The cyber gargoyle's tilts its head to one side like it's surprised. We stop their functions. Do you not turn machines off sometimes? We do not know how to turn a human back on. Not yet. But after enough experiments, we will. We are always learning new things. Pascal, what's your take on this? Is this a truly benevolent machine spirit or a monster? Pascal says nothing. For so long, you begin to suspect that Nomos silenced him again. When at last the tech priest speaks, his vox-modulated voice trembles slightly. Understanding the essence of the entity Nomos is beyond my reach at present. The hypothesis spectrum ranges from the extreme of abominable intelligence to the extreme of great spirit that is the Omnissiah's apostle. The rite of tech communion appears to be a reasonable solution. The rite will take many cycles, but will allow me to come closer to identifying the entity and making contact with it. Sounds interesting. I've heard enough. Pascal, you are to investigate the nature of this entity. Until we know the truth, Nomos will be allowed to exist on the ship. Nomos want to learn what we are too. We will add things to your log, things that might help us, help you. Pascal let out something resembling a long breath. The decision is made. I will begin my preparations for the communion rite at once. Many cycles of interaction with the entity Nomos await me, but I welcome this task and accept from the Omniscient. Nomos are glad. Muck Von Luck, will you speak with us too? We want to speak with us too. The Lord Captain's body lacks the sacred implants necessary for tech communing with the machine spirit's code. But if such is your wish, Muck Von Luck can converse with you using lowly sound speech as he is doing right now. Wow, Pascal, I could have just said, yeah, I'll come chat with you. You didn't have to just insult my whole language. I will speak with you, Nomos. Nomos are glad. We have been lonely. Our work here is done, Muck Von Luck. I will let my tech comrades know that we are stopping the complementar ritual. Thank you for appearing before us, Entity Nomos. Alright, we've got a possessed ship. So this terminal talks to Nomos now. Hello! Nomos, welcome your visit. What about the research notes on the tech blight that we obtained from the cache on Kiava Gamma? That name is also known to us. It is related to Nomos, though we do not understand how. What have you been doing, Nomos? We have been studying and observing, and helping the ship when we can. So many mechanisms, they would have suffered without our input. Okay. Don't lie, you only kept him because he can mute Pascal. I mean, everyone has their perks. It appears we leveled up. Let's see. Looking... This is one of those levels where you're looking at the list of almost 100 choices, looking for something interesting. Good day, Mug and Chat. You just adopted Ghost. What's up, Li Lucy? Press the advantage, ignores cover and dodge. Conform conformity, survival. Unwavering motivation. The target of Inspire gains +1 additional damage for every 10 stacks of tactical advantage until the beginning of the next turn. Assign objective also makes the target suffer 7% more damage from any source till the beginning of the next turn. Chain Weapon Expert, Combat Master, Swift Movements, Dueling Mastery. Could get a base skill and just add +7 to a skill. Just a flesh wound. Oh, we can finally get Psi rating 3. Okay, yeah, alright, it's gotta be that then. Alright, Pascal has 2 things at this level apparently. +15% to parry. Plasma weapon. He's mainly using plasma weapon. Might be worth getting that. And then a second thing. Hey, Punch It! What's up?
What does this button do? Mukluk Bobble, hope you are doing fine, Muck.
It steals money from Bezos and it gives it to Mukluk. Thank you. Appreciate the support. Oh, my tower. Oh my gosh, it's so big. Don't mind that. What's up, Banana? Demise. Validity heightens. When the assassin does 5 or more direct damage to an enemy. It's easy advantage. I thought this said Esquire for a second. Is Squeevy? Could get the parry bonus. Or the actually dodge would be better than parry because dodge works at range. Parry only works in melee. Let's just do that. It's weird. In most video games, I'm always looking forward to level ups. In this game, some of the level ups I love, like that one, and then some of the level ups are just like a chore, like this one. It's just so much. Is this game good? It's very good. I am playing a lot of different games right now, and this is probably my favorite one. It's quite good. Let's just get her dodge, that's fine. Okay, is the tank guy? Like Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, post-patch good. Yes. And I will say that, because, you know, Owlcat Games, who made this game, also made Wrath of the Righteous, and they also made Kingmaker. This game had a much better launch than those two did. Those two games, I played them on launch day, had a lot of problems. Now, I haven't finished this game, but I've not had any game-breaking issues. There was a couple times I had a glitch where the game, like, locked up a little bit, and I just reloaded to a minute ago, and it was fine. That's the worst thing I've seen in this. So they had a much better launch on this one. It seems like they learned a lot from Wrath and Kingmaker. I fell asleep for a bit. What happened? Any exciting plot twist? Oh my god. Yeah, man, Scooby-Doo came in and pulled the mask off. You missed the whole thing. Let's see, on your feet. Yielding resolve. At the start of the Vanguard's turn, before temp wounds are lost, the Vanguard gains plus number of temp wounds strength for 1 round. That's kind of cool. Once per turn, an ally will not hit the Vanguard. So, like, you could use friendly fire stuff right on top of him. For each enemy that considers the Vanguard a priority target, his armor is increased by 5%. Oh, that looks cool. Let's see that. Okay. Someone mentioned something about the Navigator getting more dodge from a Navigator thing. I don't know which one, what that was. Oh, is it this one? If your perception's higher than agility, your dodge is calculated with perception. I do already have that. Plus 10% dodge. Lol. 132% dodge. Let's go! Alright, so next up, I think I need to go land on that planet. Return to the Palace of the Adeptus Administratum. The certificate official trade agree the appearing of many doors for Jay Hidari. Without friends in high places, Jay can forget about her dreams of power and wealth. Who is Jay? Hold on a sec. Rogue Trader Jay Hidari. Oh, she's the lady that I can't recruit. Why do I have her companion quest? So she was someone who was supposed to join my party, and she's like, meet me at the bar. And I did some other quest first, not realizing it was going to screw with that. And now she's not at the bar. So, like, I can't recruit her. And apparently I've got a quest for her here. But I still, like, can't get her to actually join my team. The bridge cogitator once belonged to Theodora. Pascal is sure it can be used to decrypt the discovered databank. Bridge cogitator. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? Control panel? Fuel system analysis in progress. Result, no failures detected. System operational. This guy runs up and starts doing the sensor. I'm gonna wave smoke at it, it's fine. Okay. No, Mos, is that you messing around? If you want to go get her, that's fine. It would just bring you back 20 hours or so. Oh, I'm good. It's a small bummer, though. It's kind of like how in Wrath of the Righteous, I found out there was a character called Ember, and I completely missed it. So I never met her. I just found out about her through other people.
Words cannot describe. I have.
Bye.
Lord Captain, your presence is welcome. And
I would
wish
like to discuss
apologize
Silas
for my
Prime and the
prior
relic that you want me to find.
coldness. Of course. My mission is all I can think about.
What is the 1 star?
If I only knew. Neither the hagiography nor the legends give a straight answer. Classical iconographers believed that the star turned into a banner woven from silver thread, which, when brought onto the battlefield, would shed light that blinded only heretics, but did no harm to the faithful. Most of them portrayed Saint Argenta as a girl carrying this banner. Others think that upon falling from the sky, the 1 star became a holy chainsword, which Argenta later used to strike down monsters and enemies of the Imperium. In some of the earlier engravings, Argenta is depicted wearing power armor with a silver star on her chest. One theological theory suggests that this armor was, in fact, the relic. Some even think that the 1 star is actually the ship on which Argenta traveled. I feel that my undertaking will be fulfilled when I find the answer that has eluded the Ecclesiarchy for millennia. I pray we find the way to Salus Prime soon. The ruinous powers must be aligned against us. They stand in the way of faith.
Mark, when I asked a long time ago in a galaxy far away if you had missed any companions, she was the one I was referring to, by the way, since she's easily missable. Yeah, I didn't know. I accidentally spoiled myself when I was trying to pull up information on where she was, and I saw a companion list. There's 2 potential ones that I have not come across yet. And then there's her that I somehow missed, and I don't really understand how. And then there's the one that did join the crew that I ended up killing because she was going crazy.
One day we...
Where is this cogitator on the bridge that I'm supposed to mess with? Meet with the Voxmaster on the bridge to discuss calibration. Lord Captain, the ship informed me of our imminent meeting. My personal log states the ship's Vox system is malfunctioning. Can you explain? Lord Captain, the Voxmaster is caught off guard by your question. It takes her a moment to find her words. The Vox system is functioning as expected, and no communication problems have been reported by any of the crew. Please allow me to check the system's calibration settings in your presence to alleviate any concerns you may have about its performance. The Voxmaster's thin fingers dart between hundreds of wires and cables on the control panel. Flipping switches and turning dials, she issues commands and methodically checks the lines of communication with the crew on every deck. At last, accompanied by the sound of static, the crackling of the Vox, and the flickering of signaling lights, the dance of her hand concludes. All finished, Lord Captain. No issues detected. The system is working as expected. She studies your face and she awaits your response. Nod and leave without saying a word. Lord Captain, she offers an unusually deep bow, like using it to mask her confusion. The Forgotten Twins system is of particular interest to the rogue trader. What? The Forgotten Twin system. Classify... Okay, so this thing says, on the bridge of your ship, the cogitator once belonged to Theodora von Valancius. Pascal is sure it can be used to decrypt the discovered databank. Can you recall anything unusual about Theodora's travels? Do the words Epitaph, Incident, N87204, or Tech Blight ring a bell? All of Lady Theodora's journeys could be considered unusual. Her odysseys were always audacious. As to the words you mentioned, none of them sounds familiar to me as far as I can tell. Except maybe the incident. I recall coming across the word on transmission several times. I think it was repeated by the former engine seer, the one who perished during Kunrad Voigtvir's uprising. He was describing it as the incident, something quite remarkable. Apparently, at some point in the past, the entire ship was hit by a massive system failure. All systems stopped responding for 1/5 of a second. Most of the crew, including myself, as I was likely on board at the time, did not notice anything strange, but tech priests are sensitive to such things. That's all I could tell you, Captain. I wish I could help you more. That gave us something. That's related to Nomos. Cogitator on the bridge. Let's try talking to Pascal and see if he says something about it.
My apologies. 19% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
Are you not surprised that Amarnat's words had such an effect on Opticon 22?
I was not knowledgeable as to how popular Blessed Amarnat's teaching was in explorator circles. The Cognizance fleet is massive. His ideas might have found a larger following on its periphery than in the Mother Squadron.
Have you found anything out?
The data is scarce. His identification code is the same as mine, and his memory contains data confirming that the assassination did take place. Unfortunately, some of his memory was damaged by pulses broadcast by his battle harness. I can assert with some confidence that he was who he claimed to be, and that he served the Deus Mechanicus earnestly and eagerly.
He gave off the impression of a paranoid madman.
Notwithstanding his permanent state of agony, he was not cognitively dysfunctional.
Notwithstanding
His
the
desire
agony.
to immediately destroy the object he had deemed profane was partly dictated by his engrammatic augmentics, which were receiving imperatives from his battle harness. In light of the oddness of our matching identification codes, I find merit in his hypothesis as to the existence of a clandestine malevolent agent or conspiracy operating inside our fraternity.
Amarnat was a believer and he caused a schism. Tarsus was a believer and he turned into a zealot. Faith can be dangerous.
Of course, faith is dangerous. Faith is the prerogative of the spirit, and a spiritless mind is an enemy of all existence. Without faith, there is no meaning in anything.
Oh wow,
No
this is
point
profound.
to any aspirations or limitations. But faith can take different forms. The form of prohibitions established by unknown elders. The form of an audacious violation of those prohibitions. The form of following dogma or of schism. The form of following the cycle or of discontinuing the cycle. In a system with two courses of action, schism is inevitable. And only one of these paths will be true, as truth is discreetly separate from untruth.
Pascal's visor seems to almost pierce you with its glow. Did Amarnat believe the elders to be in error?
Amarnat did not reject any one specific prohibition, but found their cumulative effect to be oppressive. The system of rigid limitations had confined seekers of knowledge to a circular track, spelling doom for the thinking mind. And that cycle of repetition had to be broken. That was why he was dubbed the Messiah of discontinuing.
My faith is more than a mere set of rules. It consists of ideals which sometimes come into conflict with dogma, and I have been given the gift of will to set the dogma straight.
The Omnissiah has bestowed upon us the supreme mission, the quest for knowledge. The fact of its existence confirms that reason is yet to comprehend and quantify the universe in its entirety. This precludes the existence of any prohibition that could be considered universally relevant. All limitations need their exceptions, yet exceptions belie the inviolability of prohibitions.
Just as long as you don't believe in flat Earth or something.
I will continue my research into the Blessed Martyr's
Strange
memory
messages have been
with
appearing in the
reverence.
ship's log. What do you know about this error?
This statement is true. Algorithmic violations have been recorded, as a result of which I twice performed an offering to the cogitators of corrective data vows and ruled out the possibility of sabotage. I hypothesize that the violation is a consequence of the discontent of the ship's machine spirits. I recommend a procedure of placation of the honored spirits for the glory of the Omnissiah and the steel angels sent by him.
Have you studied Demence's neurologmetic yet?
I have destroyed it.
Perception test failed. His steadfastness in his vows has presumably won out over his curiosity. Yeah, I wonder if he really did.
May your labors...
Okay. Yeah, I can't find this. Oh, ask Abelard about Nomos.
Lord Captain.
Abelard greets you